watching Shinespark, and today, as you can see, we're playing Destiny. I don't really know why I chose such an epic introduction, but hey ho, I completed all of my bounties in this one match, like literally every single one of them. I think I cut out a bit of footage where I done one of them in the beginning of the match, and literally all 6 Crucible bounties for this day I did in this match, and that was pretty darn epic, so I thought I'd share that with you. Today I wanted to talk a little bit briefly about my interview, because as I said the other day, I went to halfway across the country. It took me 7 hours in total traveling there and back over the course of the day, so that was a long ass day for me. But yeah, I said I went to an interview halfway across the country for an apprenticeship, so I thought I'd let you guys know how that went and what I did, etc, etc. Seeing as it's probably quite of interest to most of you guys, seeing as probably most of you want to work in the gaming industry. I don't know, maybe you don't, but I feel like a lot of gamers tend to want to work in the gaming industry anyway. So yeah, basically my interview was at 2 PM till 5 PM, but I had to leave my house at 9 AM so that I could catch the train, and it took a long time to get there. I'm not going to talk about that journey because it was just really long and it made me really tired, but once I got there, I was luckily able to get there with the help of my friends. I know a couple of people, well, I knew a guy that lived in Manchester, so I'd never met him before, but this was the first time seeing him, so that was really awesome, getting to meet this guy. And I also got to get a first-hand trip there because he works there, so that was pretty good. When we got there, we was let in, we had to sign in. I sort of got a big view of the building and what it looks like. It's a massive place, like it's literally so open and big. It's really modern as well. It's quite minimalistic, and it's quite fancy, and like the fact that it's quite minimalistic, it looks quite, I don't know, like professional. Let's go with that word. But yeah, it's quite a nice building itself. When I got there, I had to wait around 10-15 minutes after when I was meant to start the interview because no one else turned up. There was meant to be 3 other guys that were meant to be there for the interview, and none of them turned up. So it was a little bit awkward. It was just me and 3 Swedish men giving me a nice, awkward speech about the course. So there was the artist, there was the designer, and there was the programmer, and all 3 of them were giving me the speech about what their course specific path entails, what you've got to do for each piece, and so they were just giving us a good idea of what you've got to do for the course. So that was really helpful to know about the different sides of it and how they're combined and what they do with each other. So the way that the course is broke down is that there's a load of projects. There's 3 group projects that you do across the year, and they're like main projects, so you'll be building a game, so there'll be like 3 or 4 programmers in your group, or 2 depending how sparse they are. There'll be like 3 artists and then 4 odd designers that actually come up with the whole concept. So one of my friends did last year, one of the projects included doing something that involved time. So you had to create a concept in the game that evolved around time. Now obviously that's such a broad subject, you can do absolutely anything, and basically that's what a lot of their course entails, just broad wide ranges of possibilities for your outcome of your course that you basically can mold it to what you want to do. So basically, if you want to work for a specific company and you know the sort of art style they like and you want to be an artist, you can specifically make yourself work towards creating art that's going to be suitable for that company. And the same for games. If you want to work on, I don't know, you want to be a first-person shooter work person, you know, you want to create FPSs, or if you want to create fantasy games, then you're going to, of course, make your work fantasy related or FPS related, etc, etc. So that was awesome. They gave me a speech, and then after that I went in for an interview with the guy on the course that I decided to take on, because I didn't say which course I wanted to do at the beginning. I sort of just said I applied for both. I said that I wanted to do the artist course and the designer course, so that they could choose which one I'd be better for my portfolio. But in the end, I decided to go for the artist course because that means I'll be able to work on digital art, 3D art, concept art, everything to do with art and all the visual stuff, which means I will be, if I, do this course, I'll be working on the visuals, which, it's amazing. I would love to be able to work as like an environment artist or something like that. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that's what I'll get, and I'll be able to do that, and it'll be like starting in a month's time. It does mean I'll have to move down there, But yeah, other than those 3 major projects, we do lectures, so we get taught stuff and how to do things. We mess around with all the programs like Maya and all the up-to-date software that the gaming industry use to create video games. We actually have access to all the software developing toolkit for PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 and PC. So we will be able to develop games that can be actually used, produced and sold on PSN. So that is awesome, and a couple of times, because they were quite close to Sony and a lot of other gaming companies, they get quite a lot of people from the industry come in, look at our work, and they've had the off occasion where they've really liked our work, the company's work, and they've asked the students to keep producing the content and then make it up for selling on the PlayStation Store, which is awesome. So yeah, it sounds like a really good opportunity for me. It's a year long. It could be 2 years, depending if I get told to stay for another year, what it's meant to be. But it depends if they think you're good enough to stay for that 2nd year. Other than that, I also would like to point out that I get to do an internship at the end of the year, which means I could go to whatever gaming company I want and work with them for 9 weeks. Naughty Dog, here I come. But anyway, this video is over. I'll see you guys soon, but until then, bye!